clean.
I think the song, it's like being up in a cloud or something. No, I feel like I'm walking into a hair salon. Yeah.
Stylish one. Like
We're
for like
walking on sunshine.
young hip women, shaved heads, things like that.
Hey, everybody.
Weird fucking intro, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hey everybody, I'm Miguel. How you doing?
The worst. Okay.
Hello, America. This is Rick, and this is Beer Me 3 with everyone but Miguel. How y'all doing?
Thanks, Rick. Okay, I'm getting my composure back. Okay, so welcome, fellow beer drinkers of the Empty Rant listeners, empty ranters that like beer. This is our last episode of the year 2015, and we're calling it the Christmas Reminisce. That makes sense, right?
Our Lord.
Christmas Reminisce.
Is there a viewing link, by the way?
Yeah. So if you are watching this on YouTube, or you can go to emptyrant.com, and the viewing tab is right there on the front page of emptyrant.com. As always, you can get the unedited, fully uncensored, raw footage of the Empty Rant podcast, and you can see our pretty faces at youtube.com, or go to emptyrant.com, gets you all the links you need. This podcast will air in about 2 weeks, and you'll have an edited audio podcast, unless you're listening to it right now on a Thursday when we release our nicely edited podcast for all you people that love listening to us talk about beer. So, anyways, how are you guys doing? I'm actually joined by the trio here. We have Randall up in Hawaii. We got, what's this guy's name in the middle? This guy, Rick. Rick. Sorry, I almost forgot.
Rick.
We got
Whoa,
Rick.
Man, not cool, dude. Cool.
We got Teresa up in Austin, and I just feel so. Last week, we had Jamie from South Carolina. I always forget which Carolina he's from, and Teresa and I did the holiday pour episode or holiday beers episode with him. Rick, you had to run out because you fell down you fell up some stairs.
I fell
I don't know what's
upstairs.
going on, or that's what you told the hospital. I don't know what's going on between you and your wife, domestic dispute. And
No, it was at work. I was clumsy and didn't want to file workman's comp, so yeah.
oh, nice. And then Randall in the
I'm
middle
not
of it.
filing that for that small.
Did Florida give anything anyway? Is workman's comp in Florida like, here's a gator? Type of deal?
Basically, yeah. Make some sausage, you'll get through it.
Oh man, get the sausage. We went and looked at Christmas lights, and there was a alligator inflatable that was just like shaking his head with the Santa Claus hat. At some point, I feel like let's stop trying with inflatables, and they're just like, just inflate anything and put a Santa Claus hat on it. It's Christmas. That's just that's where we're at right now.
Whatever you running tonight, and there was like a super creepy one that had like Santa in what looked like an inflatable outhouse, and he would like open the door and kind of peek out, and then shut the door and go back. It was pretty creepy.
It would be even creepier if it was just your neighbor pretending to be Santa.
True.
Just
Yeah.
hanging out in that house all night.
Did he wink when he popped out?
I did not spend that much time looking. I ran real fast through that area.
Opens up the outhouse door and is like, "Hey, Teresa," and then goes back in.
Hey, Teresa.
Tonight, you.
I like your podcast.
He's like, "Hey, Teresa, I'll see you on the podcast tonight." It's like, whoa,
Yep.
there's a lot of.
Done.
It could be Beer Me 4 next week. Boom.
Mm-mm.
So Beer Me 3, I forget how we came up with the name of Beer Me 3 since we're doing this Christmas Reminisce.
All right, dude, we're reminiscing? Fuck it, I'll go. Beer Me 3 came because the idea originally was you and me hang out, and we would do a podcast where you and me each would drink 3 of the same beers and talk about it, which kind of gave me that sit with a snifter idea where it was we drink the same beer, but after that first podcast, I realized if first and foremost 3 beers can be tough. It's easier just to say let's find 1 beer and we'll drink it together. And 2, Texas versus Florida can be tough. I mean, that's a far enough distance where what you find and what I find can be a little tougher. So it might, hence it was a little easier to say, well, let's just find 1 beer we can all find.
So on that pilot
And
episode,
one more awesome person.
It was Old Rasputin and What was that other one that we were having?
Dirt Wolf was the other one.
Dirt Wolf. Yeah.
And I'm looking at past themes. That was the Pauper podcast, which was number 2. The pilot podcast, you had that Goblin one, the Hobgoblin.
Oh yeah.
And I wish I kept my notes. I don't remember what I drank. I think I just went and got random stuff, and then I came up with the Pauper one and a few of the others.
Well, it was supposed to be you, me, and this other guy out of California, and that guy last minute was just like, I can't do it anymore.
Right. So the BB3 was the 3 people plus 3 beers, and then needless to say,
we lost someone on the first episode. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
I'm content with the addition of Teresa and Randall, though.
Yeah, it's cool, guys. I'm not here listening. It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry. Just I'll say I'm Team Teresa. Just saying.
No. Yeah. Well, Teresa wouldn't come into as a regular. What was it? A Hot Fires. Was it episode 4 or 5? I want to say that.
It was the IPA episode.
Okay,
That's
so
number
the Hot
5.
Fire Strikes Back was the IPA one. I think you did a soundbite on episode 4. When in doubt, pull out a stout.
Yeah, because she had listened to the 3 Philosophers one, so then you played the soundbite for episode 4, and then brought her in episode 5.
That's right.
Why can't movies work this way? Like, OMG, George Lucas, I love you. And then, a little bit later, you're in the movie.
Right?
Come
That
on,
was
it's that easy.
unexpected.
Quentin Tarantino, man, I could be in your next movie. You can kill me in a bloody, gory fashion. I'm okay with that.
The power of social media.
Exactly.
Are you guys into like the Star Wars premiere and all that? I mean, are y'all into that hype?
Tickets were
Yep.
bought 2 months ago.
Okay. So I have some people that follow the podcast on Instagram. They've already started commenting how they've watched the movie because they live in like Australia, and they're like, "Oh my God, mind blown."
I was gonna say I'm gonna take my headphones out because I'm not seeing it until Saturday, so I'm starting to Friday and all Saturday morning. I can't. No
Dude,
internet for me.
Dumbledore dies, man. It's crazy.
What,
Dude, shut up.
everybody that's watching the movie or has respect for the movie, at least on the friends that I have on Instagram, have enough respect to not ruin the movie for others. So everybody, like, that's just like a thing. If you're, I don't know, if you're not a total asshole, you're just like, I enjoyed the movie, and that's all you post about it, and you wait till everybody, like, that's part of the Star Wars community, it seems like.
Dude, I don't know. There's too many people that don't do that. Like, that's what's like Walking Dead. I like the show. Do I love it? I like it, and I can love it at times. But one thing that bugs me are some of the fans where you'll go on Facebook halfway through the episode and just, OMG, I can't believe so and so died. Really, man, dude, I'm watching it too, but there have been times where I haven't had cable and I had to like catch up on it like a week or two later in other ways, DVR and stuff. So come on, man, don't spoil that right away. Like, if someone just DVR'd it and was waiting till tomorrow to watch it, you just ruined it for them.
My sister's
Dead fans are the worst.
Yeah.
Do you remember Breaking Bad? Like, no one did that to Breaking Bad. Like, no one that I knew ruined Breaking Bad like that. It was
I would
kind of
say
like
this-
that level of respect.
I watched
Yeah.
Breaking Bad because Teresa, how you would comment on Facebook about it, and so I was like, man, there's one day one week, and I just got to start binge watching because you just every week you were just like, if you're not watching Breaking Bad right now, you don't know what you're doing with your life, or I don't know what you're doing.
That sounds exactly like something I would say.
Yeah. I didn't watch it till the show was over. I thought it was so silly.
Yeah,
But I watched all of it all at once, and it was awesome.
I was the same way.
And then my wife wanted to watch it like 2 years later, and I was like, sweet, I could totally rewatch this, and it was even better the second time.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So that first pilot episode aired on May 20th, 2015. Seems kind of a little surreal that was like back in May 20th. And Randall has just kind of been like this this transient figure that's come and gone whenever he pleases. Like last week, he just decided to up and leave in the middle episode. He's like, "Yeah, I'm really tired. Bye." He just left.
I was really tired, in fairness.
I know, but it's just like, yeah, guys, I'm tired. Bye. And then he just signed off.
I couldn't figure out what the issue with the sound was either, though, so I didn't want to screw up the audio with me sticking around if I was causing the problem.
Nah. I mean, I left the full podcast on YouTube, but the audio podcast kind of starts after you leave just because it sounds better.
Because you're like, oh, good, he's gone. Let's start this thing.
Well, I honestly thought it was like something with my equipment or something, so I was like looking through everything and making sure all the right buttons were pushed and stuff like that. Looking at pictures of old setups, and I was just like, what the hell?
No, I think it's just that I cannot do podcasting through my phone.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
said
that sounds pretty rough.
you were neck deep in Wii, and you weren't sure if you were going to make this podcast.
Yeah, my girlfriend got me a Wii U, and I've just been religiously playing it.
Going to town on. Did you play any Smash?
Well, I'm waiting for you. Where are you?
Oh man,
Come on, Miguel. Get your shit together, man.
all about Smash. When Sergio came down, we played that for a couple hours. And,
I wanted him to be our special guest today because there's no one that better exemplifies Christmas drinking than Sergio. But he flaked, so no go.
that guy on sometime. Okay, so we talked about the pilot episode, and then the episode 2 was the Popper episode. The intention of that. Now go over that again, Rick. You want elegant beers that were made with cheap materials or mimic. I forget how to put it. You worded it right last time.
Okay, so it goes back to playing Magic the Gathering. So in Magic the Gathering, you obviously have combos, strategies, cards, the whole shebang that are considered the creme de la creme, the quintessential ones you want to use, whatever. 9 times out of 10, that means they are incredibly expensive, partially from rarity, partially just because they're expensive. So when I would play Magic, a lot of times I would make pauper decks, which is I would take a theme or an idea from pro decks or from old classic style decks and then tweak it, make it an affordable version that I can play that would still be competitive. So in the Magic world, it was called like a pauper deck. Usually pauper means also no rare cards, only common and uncommon, but either way, it was still the same kind of concept. So I thought, well, that can transcend to beer. So take a few beer styles where there's a few known beers of it where it's just the be-all, end-all. You know, for our double IPAs, it's Heady Topper, it's Pliny the Elder, it's Gandhi Bot. We drank Dirt Wolf. $9 for a 4-pack, you can find it pretty regularly. You know, for Imperial Stouts, you've got Darkness, Dark Lord, you've got Marshall Zukov, you've got, you know, tons based on whatever quadrant of the country you're looking in. So we drank Old Rasputin, which is, again, like $8 for a 4-pack, and you can find it basically anywhere. So the idea was just pick cheaper beers that represent the style very well and could honestly hold up to the big boys.
Yeah, in that episode, that's where those other 2 beers that I'd mentioned earlier, Dirt Wolf and Old Rasputin, which you weren't here, since you weren't here last week when we were talking about holiday pours, but earlier that day, I had gone to San Antonio for this small business conference. Went to this place called Saburo Pizza, and I asked them what kind of beers they had, and they said they had Old Rasputin with nitrogen in it, and it was delicious. It was a really good beer. I was just like, oh,
nitrogen. Wow. Nitrogen. Did we do it? We haven't done a podcast with nitrogen, right? I mean, we've talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about Nitro November. Well, that's what it was. Nitro November. That was, I think, episode 14, 13, one of those. And
oh, yeah, I'm looking at the old list where it stops at Oktoberfest. So I know there was a Christmas one in there somewhere, and there was 1 or 2 others. That's what it was. It was Nitro. Okay, we talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about cream ales and stuff like that, but we didn't really get into too much of it. But let me see. Three Philosophers. That's always been one of my favorites, and then that was episode 3 that we hit up on.
Dude, that was that still just you? Yeah, that was you and me, because Teresa listened. Wait, didn't Randall come in and he drank the Sriracha beer?
Yeah, that's the one that he drank the Sriracha on, I want to say.
Yeah, and I'll say this. The addition of a third person plus the overall theme of that, I like the idea of sitting and sniffing and having one beer we drank through the whole podcast. That was probably my favorite the whole time.
Yeah, that was a
that was a good one.
And by the end of that episode, we were very toasty.
That's one word for it.
You had the Sriracha and that other one, the donut one.
Lemon chiffon.
Yeah, I've had like 2 out of the 3 donut ones. I know there's a third one out there that I haven't purchased yet. I don't know if I can at this point, but if I see it, I'll get it. And I think there's a 4th one now because for some reason Rogue is just like, okay, let's put some more crap into a barrel and mix it all together and call it a beer.
That's Rogue. They don't think, will it be tasty? They think, is this a random as shit idea? Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
What was the one that we covered? Arrogant. Oh, well, Stone. Yeah, Stone
That was
Brewing.
number. That was number 9.
Yeah. When we got to that one though, I skipped ahead a little bit, but I was reminded of when I went looking for a beer. I saw this huge bottle, but it was a double. It just said double arrogant bastard, and it was like $100. It's a huge bottle
It was
of it.
probably 9 liters, or 2 or 3. I've seen those bottles
Size growler.
like they're like half the size of you, right? Like
Exactly. Yeah, and
it's sitting on the table to follow you. Those are bottles you get just for like events and share with everybody.
okay, and that makes a lot of sense. If I had like a bunch of people over that like craft beer, I might look into getting one of those maybe because I don't know.
You
But
shit
a
ton
lot of money. It looked like an inflatable like novelty prop or something like that, and then the one was like, "Oh, this is a real bottle. This is something that's real." Uh, Teresa, what? I know you joined us on episode 5. That's what we talked about. What are some notable moments to you? I don't mean to put you on the spot because I know how. But
Well, I think I've mentioned before that first episode I was super nervous because first of all it was IPAs, which is not really my beer of choice, and actually probably since then I've learned to like them even more, but I was super nervous. And I think it was the episode after that we did the Belgian
Yep,
uh,
Abby
Yeah.
and her friends.
Abbey Ales. Yeah, that's right. that was a fun episode. I feel like I got more into my groove, but also because like 2 days later, or maybe the morning after, because I got pretty tipsy on that episode. I found a lot of selfies that I took of me and my dog laying in the hallway after that podcast.
Solid podcast.
Nice.
I need to find them because they're really
That's how we should
hilarious.
measure
Like
success of a podcast. How many selfies do you have with your dog?
laying on the floor in the hallway. Like my cheeks are all red and my eyes are like half closed. Pretty good.
Why was that not the cover? Should have been the
I don't
cover.
know.
Drunk Teresa. In a selfie with the dog.
I was trying to think, like, so going back to the pilot, when I sat down with Rick, that was the first time he and I had talked in basically
3 years, right?
like 3 years, like verbally talked. We were talking back and forth on Facebook, maybe like a couple weeks prior to that. But before that, it was just random posts on Facebook, like we've mentioned before, that I like this stuff. So that pilot episode, it's a little. I mean, the rhythm of it and everything doesn't kind of flow like it does now. Now we're a lot more comfortable.
It's like 2 kids at a junior high dance. They just don't know how to interact with each other. It's just
But
awful.
isn't that every pilot though?
Where do I put my hands?
Dude, I just watched this. So I started watching through Seinfeld. The pilot episode, dude, totally different. Not only is the whole like, I don't know, it's pretty rough, but I thought the biggest change was Kramer. Kramer played a character who basically never left his apartment. There was a joke in there about like, what's it? Jerry said something like Kramer said some accusation, and Jerry's like, and the last time you left the building was, and the guy goes like, 10 years. Something crazy like that. It's unbelievable how much that pilot has changed from that to the first episode. So, hey, Dan, that's how this is. We went from 2 people to multiples and better topics and banter.
You know what that reminded me of is The Office. Kelly Kapoor, the way she's dressed in like the first couple episodes is completely different of her character towards the end of.
Her character changed a ton.
It's just like, whoa, who is this? Because she's just a totally different personality. And I always like try to make sense of that in my head. Maybe she started like talking to other people how to dress up and stuff, like kind of what happens in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. How that starts taking like these lessons, and I don't know, learning how to put makeup on and stuff. But
I think you just admitted that you like My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
you know, they're making a second one. It's a good movie. It's got that Backstreet Boy, right? Or the
What?
Sure. You're lost on this audience right now, my friend. Yeah, you're just.
One of my favorite episodes was the Lagunitas brewing, and that was also one of our more popular episodes. But Lagunitas was one of those brands that I kind of kept my distance from. But ever since that podcast, I've been able to pick up a Lagunitas bottle and look at like this like secret There's cars going by. But the Easter egg of the writing, like around the label and stuff like that, have more appreciation for the label itself. Actually, Lagunitas and Stone Brewing, those have been two of my favorites, and which maybe that goes back to just highlighting a brewery in itself. You know that
So
that
so so now have those now both entered your lineup simply because of the podcast?
yes,
Well
they
then,
have.
we have done something very important, my friend. You,
When I'm out looking
thanks,
at beer, I'm like, oh, this is from Stone Brewing.
the
Okay.
invisible hand of the capitalistic market has guided you towards some delicious beers. It might have touched you
What?
inappropriately. Just roll with it and just drink those beers.
Oh,
Stroke,
okay.
stroke capitalism, my friend. Enjoy it.
Well, on
What?
that, on the Lagunitas note, remember we were talking, was it Lagunitas Sucks that replaced the brown sugar?
Well, okay. So they 1 year did not make brown sugar. For the life of me, don't remember why. They probably didn't have some key ingredient, or maybe it was infected. It must have been a huge batch if it was infected.
That's
So
been sugar like
they took the high road and decided to say, oh, let's make another beer to replace it, and we'll call it Lagunitas Sucks because we suck, because the one beer we make every year, the one seasonal that people love the shit out of, we can't make. So they made the double IPA Lagunitas Sucks to replace it, but then ever since they've made both.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I got the brown sugar one.
brown sugar. The sugar.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I didn't know what I thought it might be, but it's good.
Yeah, just like a big, sweet, malty. I don't even know what the hell style it's supposed to be. Is it a brown? It's not a brown ale. It's more almost like a winter warmer or a barley wine, right?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty close to what I drank last week, like a winter. There's a little bit of, yeah, it's more malty than hoppy. And now
Yeah.
that it's warmed up just a little bit, it's definitely got a sweeter taste to it.
The sugar. Got the
The
sugar.
sugar, that brown sugar.
I will say next year we have some exciting guests lined up. I'll take this moment. Some friends that I've met on Instagram, but also Teresa Dino's Soco Tap House in San Angelo. Been there?
Well, I was familiar with what it was before, I think, but I didn't.
Joe's Ice House, right? Joe's Ice House, I
Joe's
think.
house. Yeah, I went there like once, and actually it was really sad because they had oh my God, what's the beer? Avalanche. They had it on tap, and they had Alaskan on tap. And I was like, oh my God! And they're like, yeah, but we closed 15 minutes ago. And I was like,
Oh.
no,
No.
it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
So I didn't
yeah,
know.
now they're Soco Tap House for whatever reason, but the owner there, I've been going there pretty regularly every time we go to San Angelo. I take my growler in there and get it refilled. This last time I got Oak Cliff Coffee Ale from Deep Ellum. Oh, Bourbon Barrel. It's this long title because it's Bourbon Barrel Oak Cliff Coffee Ale from Deep Ellum, which is from Dallas.
You've
And
had that?
yeah, that's the one that I got a growler of it. Took it back home. It's tasty. I like drinking that with.
Man, why didn't you have that for the Barrel Age podcast? Y'all need to step up a little bit.
We went to. That was this past weekend when we went back home. Went to surprise my mom for her birthday. But anyways, the owner of Soco Tap House.
Happy
I-
birthday, Mom.
Oh, thanks. I'll tell my mom. Did that. And he has interest in joining the podcast, or at least being a guest on here and talking about it. So that's really cool to have like a someone that owns a bar that offers these different types of craft beers. So probably get him on. Last week I mentioned Beer Snobbinhood. It's a guy that basically gets these rare bottles of beer and does these giveaways for like kids with cancer, kids needing surgery, et cetera, et cetera. And he's raised, I think, over like $25,000 doing this. So he's going to be on one of the podcasts next week. And then a couple people, or not next week, next year. And a couple people from Vegas, just like other people that do different promotional things that I've tracked down on Instagram and just simply asked, hey, we do a beer podcast. Would you like to join? And people have interest in doing it. So something about Rick's sexy voice that draws them in is what I always get. Just like,
Honestly, it hurts. I get in trouble. I go places. I have women just throw themselves at me, either naked or at least just throw their panties at me. It's horrible. My wife will be with me, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, my wife. And they're just like, oh, Rick.
they're like, oh, she's doing
And then what? You fall down the stairs after that, and they're like, "Oh, Rick."
No, I fall. First and foremost, I fall up the stairs, and second of all,
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
they think it's cute that I can be clumsy and still have a sexy voice. It's awesome.
Well, I should be in Austin in January, Teresa. So hopefully we can do our mini pod that we've been.
Aw, I'm gonna join.
Well, if we can arrange it, we could do it live on location if we can get it set up correctly.
You
When are
can
you going to
fly
be
me
there
out.
in January?
I'm thinking January 20th is when the quarter. I think that's when work sends me up there.
Oh,
So.
I'm not going up there then.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's a Wednesday, dude. I can't travel on a Wednesday at work, dude. Come on.
Oh, okay, it's
Work
gonna be
it.
Tuesday then, the 19th. It's always a Tuesday that they send me up there. So, let's see. What are some other ones? Some other notable ones was from the Something Strange episode. That was the first time we had Jamie guest on the podcast, and that's the first time I tried blueberry. I forget who it was from and the full title, but yeah, the Something Strange blueberry. And when I had Laura try it, she said it tasted like purple Fanta. This is like, yeah, it's like purple Fanta. It was
Did
good.
you want a Fanta?
Fanta. I haven't had that beer since, but
So
I've
I will
seen it.
say this, so going into this episode, I was trying to think of, we're obviously doing a reflection episode, and go back, look at the list, and say what you liked or didn't like. We've said some of the ones we liked, and I'll agree with you, Miguel. I thought Lagunitas and Stone were both two very good podcasts. And I like the idea of just doing a brewery, but I will say this: the Something Strange was one of the few where I said we could have done it better.
Yeah.
We didn't go strange enough. We didn't dive deep enough.
You know what? I saw a bottle of cinnamon horchata this week, and I was like, that would have been one for me for the Strange episode because it's something
Even
I would.
I don't find that strange enough, but I'll say this:
I had it wasn't that.
it's enough.
What about the
it's,
horchata vodka?
it's stranger than blueberry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to revisit the Strange theme then because that's a challenge now. So we got to go even stranger. We got to go.
Well, and it's not necessarily what are you drinking right now that's strange. I like the idea of what's the strangest thing you drank beer wise. Period. And I had a few. Basically, I had a few loaded, and I wasn't able to get to them. So it's just a shame. I've got a few to talk about next time we do something strange 2.0.
We need to repeat it for next week. And of course. Go ahead.
You first? No, you beautiful, sir.
No, all I was gonna say is that episode isn't up because we're only cataloging the past six episodes. So if somebody wanted to go listen to the audio podcast, they have to become a member of our premium content.
Okay,
As
well,
they should. As
they
they
should.
should.
America, listen to Teresa. She knows what's best for you.
But you can go on
Please.
YouTube and look at all our past episodes.
Teresa, 2016. Vote for her.
Yep.
The other one, so it was, let's see, there was two. Something Strange, and then the barrel aged one we did, only because you and little Miss Teresa copped out and only got oak aged stuff. Now, granted, that is barrel aged, but I was thinking True Blue, spent liquor barrels, get a true barrel aged beer and do that. So.
But
In my
you're
defense,
Barrel aged beer.
Oh,
you're
well,
like
I kind of
ahead of us when it comes
still have
to
several pumpkin beers to get rid of, and that was my goal. I was like, I cannot buy more beer. I need to get rid of what I've got.
Okay, you get the pass, Teresa. Miguel, I'm looking right at you, Mr. Texas. Little mister,
Yeah.
I'm wearing a hat, talking to a professional microphone.
I'll get it done. This is our first run of Beer Me 3. We're this is our 17th episode. We actually carried a successful podcast for the year. I will say that we kept going strong.
Oh, yeah.
After that second episode, I was like, I don't know if Rick and I are going to build up the momentum that we need to get over that 10th episode hump. Because there's always like a 10th episode. That's what I call it. It's like, once you get to the 10th episode, it's like, should we keep doing this? But we kept going. And now we have even more motivation. And we're talking about Strange Beers number 2 and Barrel Aged Beers number 2. And after drinking that Bourbon Barrel Oak Cliff Coffee Ale, I was like, this is what I need to be drinking. I did get criticism for drinking whatever that barrel-aged beer I drank on that episode. My buddy Jeremiah always is there to criticize everything I drink because he says it's not rare enough or it's just he's like, you like yeah, it's
Here's
always
the thing, man. You could drink the second rarest beer out there, and there'd be so many people that would come up to you and go, not rare enough.
Mhm.
Like, really, dude? Like Louis the 14th bathed in this beer. How is this not rare enough? Nope, dude. Did he wear his gold bracelets? Nope, wasn't rare enough. What?
The more I meet people on Instagram and see the beers they're drinking, I'm like, I need to quit drinking this like mainstream crap. It's just like I need to get in there. I need to be, I don't know.
You need to be balls deep in that shit is what you need to do, son.
Dude.
What?
Dude, if
No,
you
I don't. I don't. I have a kid. I'm pausing. Not balls deep. Jesus.
Yeah, no, trust me. I'm moving into this new house is proving where I'm like, I'm proud that I went from 11 cases to 10 just because I was able to condense and drink a few. I was proud of that, but I've got 10 cases of freaking beer in my closet.
Rick, you
It's
need to take a few pictures of your collection there, and we need to get that up on the blog.
Yeah.
like in boxes or out of boxes, because out of boxes could prove tough.
Yeah, take it out of the box. I don't know. Do something. Figure it
Okay,
out.
well, it might not happen soon. It will happen. 2016, Beer Me 3 will get a photo of my whole closet.
You
Fantastic.
And
do like a
the cool part
teaser
about
of just all the boxes and be like, what's inside? Do a box reveal every week.
Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of that. I will say, speaking of the blog, Teresa's blog on what was it, episode 11, Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice was one of our most popular blog pieces that we got to put up.
Because bitches love pumpkin spice.
And it's how? Oh no, the name of your blog was "In Search of the Great Pumpkin Beer"
Yes.
by @slim1213. And I was checking the email, and apparently 6 days ago we got an email in response to your blog post, and it said, "Hello, this comes from Kirsten Bush." I don't know where I don't know where she's from or anything, but anyways, Kirsten Bush says, hello, just read your post in search of the great pumpkin beer by @slim1213. It is great you love pumpkin beer so much. I agree, buying a single beer is great when you're trying them for the first time. Did you know that an IPA is the ideal pairing with a burger? It kind of jumps paragraphs, so I don't know if this is like an automated message or anything, but it goes on. It says, our design agency teamed up with Fix to create an article with custom graphics that show which beer complements some of our favorite comfort foods. Would you be interested in posting this complete graphic article? So I clicked on it. Oh, we can do this now. We have this going.
And now you got a bunch of viruses.
No, it's actually a legit infographic that was sent to us, and they asked us to put it on the blog, and it's just food pairings that they put on here, and I'll throw it up there. It says
Yeah, was it written by Abby Quillen?
Yeah, I'll go back to where her bio was. I'm all like, but let's find out about this.
this is the original email right here, where it comes from.
She's like, it's great that you love pumpkin beer, but did you know IPA is far superior
Well, I think
and
it's
goes better with food?
probably searching WordPress blogs for pumpkin beers, like kind of going
Craft beer, whatever tag you use.
copy and pasted this email into it is what it seems like. But this is actually a really cool article. It has good sources and everything, so I might throw it up on the blog either way. But yeah, that came in to your blog.
I really enjoyed your post about the pumpkin spice beer. I have a Nigerian prince cousin who would also enjoy beer. And if you are happy to send them $5,000, they will really enjoy pumpkin spice beer, and they will pay you back 100-fold.
Yes.
What was
Sounds
it?
like a good deal.
So yeah, Teresa's also a really good blogger. I've read some of her stuff, and she's also written some stuff for my tutor site as well. It's really good. Someone was listening to our previous podcast, and I guess in there I noted that I'm going to Chicago for Christmas, and they sent me a couple breweries around Aurora where I'll be staying, breweries there to visit. So there's like Hop Vine Brewing, Solemn Oath Brewing, and Workforce Brewing. So maybe I can check out one of those while up there. They seem pretty local, and hopefully they're not too mainstream, or they're off the grid enough for Rick to approve.
Yo, dude. Yo, I'm the one who suggested the Lagunitas episode, and that's all about affordability, dog. Come on.
No,
What are you
no,
throwing me under the bus? I'm just saying I happen to have a pretty stellar closet with some trades currently in progress in Jersey and Seattle. Just, hey, calm down, Miguel. Calm down.
I'm just kidding. But I do have a tea break right now. Randall, why don't you tell us about your favorite episode so I don't have to listen to it? I'll be right back.
Randall,
Dang.
What?
you get to lead it for like a few minutes here.
What do we? Did he
Your
leave?
favorite? He left. He's gone. He said he's
Oh.
done with this shit. He's gonna just nurse his baby, and you can now do this.
Oh no. Welcome to the end of Beer Me 3, everybody.
Aw.
I didn't really. I don't really know which one is the favorite, since all I do is just sit around, make some goofy comments, drink a bad beer, and then leave.
What was your
Um,
favorite goofy comment?
Shoot, I don't even remember. It's all a blur. And beer-wise, my least favorite beer would probably be the Sriracha one, because I think I can still remember that taste.
Well, dude, I'm proud of you because that was the Three Philosophers podcast, which was pretty damn good. I had multiple friends. If you guys are listening, my apologies that you guys have that I'm going to say what I'm about to say, but I feel like most of my friends have tinkered out. Like they listened to the first few and they have stopped listening to us. But I will say this: everyone thought Three Philosophers was the funniest because of Randall's Sriracha beer.
Nice.
I wish I could find another one like that is just as bad, and I can just sit and drink that, because that's like 1,000 times more entertaining. Because like right now, I'm drinking what is a 100 out of 100 rated beer or whatever, Ballast Point Victory at Sea Porter,
Oh,
which
you asshole! It's so good.
it's really good, but this isn't funny. You know, it's like there's no joy in this. It's just like, oh hey, I'm drinking a really good beer. The end.
Maybe
Type of deal.
it's so good it's funny. Like it's so good. Like
Like
what
you get
I'm
it.
really hoping is I'm hoping it's so good you kind of forget about yourself for a minute and you shart, and then you can be like, oh my god, guys, I just shit my pants because this beer was that good. That's a way to.
No, I've got other stories where that's
Randall,
happened.
we
I
covered
don't.
this.
Victory at Sea isn't that good.
Just what? No. Sit there, enjoy the beer, loosen your bowels, just stop thinking about it. Just you're shitting your pants tonight. That's how we're making this
It's
work.
Well,
not
you
shit
know
your
what?
pants good, but it's all right.
Let me give you a rebuttal to that.
I'm
Oh,
listening.
I gotta go.
Oh.
So speaking of shitting your pants, my coworker, who's younger than me, was out at the bars with their friends at Jack's Beach. Long story short, they got kicked out because their one friend shit their pants while they're on the dance floor. And by pants, I mean khaki shorts. And the guy was apparently so drunk he didn't realize he shit himself. So he's out there on the dance floor just dancing. People are moving away from the guy because they're like, whoa, dude, you shit your pants.
Hey, was he
Bouncers-
doing the stanky leg?
He was, dude, everything was a stanky leg for this guy.
Nice.
It was just stanky everything. Bouncers had to pick him up and throw him out of the place.
It's time to reevaluate your life and your friends.
You know, I've known people to get kicked out of bars and like for life for barfing everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
My ex, hand on the Bible, my ex was that way. There are several bars in Gainesville, Florida, and what was it, Tampa now? She cannot go to because she was kicked out for drinking too much and then barfing everywhere. That does not hold a candle to shitting your pants on the dance floor.
Yeah.
One time.
There's like a whole series of events that happen.
Also, Miguel, I'm sorry, but I'm calling you out. See what happens when you leave the goddamn podcast?
Yeah, I had to pee. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
See,
see, look, Rick is now reminiscing about his
This is a good time.
wonderful sounding ex.
Let's go
Jeez.
into the next
and shit your
conversation.
pants. God damn it, Miguel. What the
Good time
hell?
to do a little promo for the Listening Party podcast that sent me this little koozie right here.
Back it up.
Back it up. Right.
The white is just, it's like flaring out. You can't. I see a cassette player, maybe?
It's Blinded by the Light podcast.
Here, this probably helps a little bit. But it says the Listening Party up here, and it's a stereo, and it says podcast down here, and then all their information. But it's a nice little koozie. I put it around my pint.
See, thank you.
Oh,
We got
man,
back
I
up here.
Where is
Guys,
it?
I can't even trust myself here.
What if Rick starts crying? We're just like, oh, okay.
God, it was me. I shit myself.
You know what? On that subject, Randall had a friend that when they came down to Corpus, his friend got so plastered that he passed out and was just sleeping on the dance floor. It's just like he just went down, took a nap on the dance floor.
Wait, who are you referring to?
I don't know. It's your friends, your waspy friends.
Wait, the one that got arrested?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. That's one of many.
That guy just like, I just remember him like saying, "I'm sleepy," and then he just got down on the dance floor. People dancing all around and just like takes a nap.
All right.
Sounds like a random music festival who'd be like out there doing their thing, and then, oh, dude, this person totally passed out from drugs. Shit.
Yeah, except it's not a random music festival. It's some crappy ass club in Corpus Christi.
Hey man, Corpus is classy, man. Check it out, Corpus. I got this tasteful hat.
Tasteful
It's
F.
not tasteful. That offends me.
Okay, so back on this. I don't know if Randall said his favorite episode. God, I got something in my throat.
I'm sorry. He started talking and I derailed it all. God damn it. You poop your pants or anywhere even in my vicinity, and it just distracts me.
Teresa, any more notable moments from your experience here at the Empty Rant podcast, Empty Rant Network, or the Beer Me 3 podcast? That's another thing to note. Like, we're kind of diverging onto our own brand of podcast.
But we're part of the Empty Ramp family.
So let's go.
Yeah.
We have to go through. So I did IPAs and then Abbey Ales. I did Lagunitas, Stone.
Summer Love was one too in there.
I think October was one of our successful. Everything kind of matched.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I really like the October one because I feel like we all had a little bit of history, and then we had question and answer, and we're learning stuff from each other, and we all had different beers. I don't know. That was a really good one. And then
It wasn't October 1. It was like the month of October was awesome.
Yeah. Because
we had Oktoberfest, Pumpkin Fest. We had Pumpkin, we had Oktoberfest, and I think Something Strange was in October too. So we had a couple good Octobers.
Something Strange was Harvest Beers was the last one, and then
so it was Pumpkin, October, and then Harvest Ales, like fresh hop. It was fresh hop. Boom, there we go.
Those three beers matched up perfectly in October, and I will say the campfire one. While that was one of my favorites that we got into like scary stories, I actually got a couple complaints about the campfire sound effect, saying that it sounded like cockroaches, and people couldn't listen to the episode. It's like, what the?
Oh, that's a shame. Because so I'm looking at the list that goes up to 12 Oktoberfest. I won't lie. Totally forgot about the campfire one. I may or may not have been drinking alcohol, guys, and I totally forgot that I told you spooky stories. And
This
the hell
is
they
great episode.
Miguel, you told that one about the owl, the spooky owl.
Yeah,
the owl.
Fucking spooky owl.
Also, you're a really good storyteller, Miguel, because I was super freaked out by that story. I was like, oh my god. And I'm trying to tell my husband the story later, and he's just looking at me like, this is not terrifying in any way. No, but it is. And the owl, and then it was dead. Yeah, that's all.
Oh yeah, that stuff is some curandero stuff that my mom still practices. My kid isn't able to sleep very well at night, and she thinks it's because someone gave him, I don't know. It's along the lines of giving someone ojo, and
you monster.
Wanting to like burn these leaves around him and stuff. And I was just like, Mom, relax. Crazy.
Have you heard about that whole? Oh, sorry, random. Because y'all both are in like new places. I saw something about burning sage leaves. I wonder if that's the same thing.
It's almost one time I was cleaning out because my mom is somewhat of a hoarder, and so every time I go visit her, I have to clean out different sections of the house. And this one time I was cleaning out on top of these shelves, and I pulled out this big bag of. It almost looked like weed. I was just like, "Whoa, is this a pound of weed?" It was like this huge thing of sage that my mom had crammed into this bag. It was so heavy. I was like, "How much could you fit in here?" It's like a Ziploc bag. And that's what she was using to burn it. She like has this way she wraps it up and stuff like that. I was like, Mom, I don't even want to know like what kind of dark magic you're into. Just calm down. She's like, it's all curanderoism. There's a book and stuff. Anyways, so the cricket sound effect. I wasn't affected by that at all. But next time, I know to turn it down maybe a little bit more so that people can enjoy that podcast. But
yeah, it's weird because honestly, I mean, you could hear it crackling. I didn't think it was that loud though.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad.
I was like, damn, that was a good podcast. Shit, that was like top 3, man. That was a good one.
Yeah, not the holiday beers, but the one about 2 episodes ago. The one that I told you guys, it was a really good one because I liked our conversation on it.
Well, okay, so we had Christmas, and then the one before that was what, barrel aged, and the one before that was spooky, then Harvest, and then Oktoberfest.
Okay. So the nitro beer is the
Ooh,
one that
damn, Nitro's in there. I can't believe how many we've had, dude.
It seems
nitro.
like we've like crammed a lot in the last 3 months.
Yeah, I'll say, did our fall, like, did we do it every week? Because the more we talk about this, it just seems like we had a
No,
ton
actually, Rick,
in, like, October and November.
because when we started, I think we were doing it almost weekly. You and I.
We were trying, yeah.
Every week. And then when Teresa came on, we went every other week because I was already anticipating my baby coming. So
Yeah, I think the first 3 we did weekly, and then after that, we were like, let's slow this down. I was about to ask you to do that, and then you volunteered. It was like, sweet.
yeah, because I almost went to one a month, and you're like, oh, can we do 2 or something like that? When I mentioned it, I was like, 1 a month. You're like, oh, that's not enough. I was just, I could bump it up. So
I think
I've actually.
I think 2 months is good, especially with all the other podcasts that you've got on the network.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
just alternating. Really, there's only 2 podcasts now. So Geek Rant alternates with this one now, and I haven't done any Love and Tacos, no Uber rants. All of those are kind of like, I'd rather not do them as opposed to putting out like a really crappy podcast.
They're dead.
I like
You don't, instead of half-assing 2 things, you whole-ass 1 thing.
exactly. There you go. So
Boom, Ron Swanson. Boom.
Ron Swanson. There's a meme with Ron Swanson when the show he goes into Lowe's or it's some kind of hardware store.
I know more than you.
Yeah, exactly. The tenant goes, "How can I help you?" And he goes, "I know more than you, but somebody redid it with beer." And so he walks into it's like a beer warehouse or whatever you want to call it, and he's just like, "How can I help you?" He's like, "I know more than you."
My wife has caught me doing that. Like, we've been at restaurants before. I might be grumpy in that moment, but they'll come over, catch me looking at the beer menu. Oh, is there anything I can help you with? And I'm just like, nope, I'm good. I know what I want. Oh, well, can we suggest this or can I suggest that? I'm like, what kind of style do you want? I'm good. Fucking leave me alone. I want this. They'll leave. She goes, damn, Rick, you're an asshole. Oh, no, I just know what I want.
It's just like
I don't need some like half-ass server telling me what I might want.
that was one of the other stories that Teresa shared that kind of got me thinking about how I guess women in beer, if that's what you want to call it, women in beer are portrayed, or even people go up to them assuming like their beer knowledge, or
Yeah.
but
It's like the video game community. If they see a chick, they basically have to go like test her, and no matter, you're gonna fail.
Did you see that video? My mom sent me. I thought it was so cute. My mom sent it to me on Facebook, and it was a guy and a girl, and I don't remember if they picked the same couple or different couples, but what they were doing was putting a guy and a girl out, and they would go out to somewhere to eat, and the girl would order a beer, and the guy would order a cocktail, and of course the way the video's edited, but every single time the server came back and put the beer in front of the guy and the cocktail in front of the girl. Just because it's like, oh, they're not paying attention, which that can happen anyway with a bad server.
that's just kind of like that built-in, I guess.
It's a stereotype. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's sad to say, but stereotypes exist for a reason. And now this is when the blogosphere blows up. Oh my God, Rick, Beer Me 3, racist. I'm not. I swear to God, I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. But they exist for a reason. But I will say this: growing up, that was my family. My dad got a Bud Light. My mom got a glass of Chardonnay, or maybe a cocktail if she was feeling a little, hey.
Hey.
That was it. That was it. It was beer in front of dad, wine or cocktail in front of mom. No different. My dad never not ordered beer. My mom never ordered beer herself. So, I mean,
So,
that
is the
happens.
couch ready for you, and I'll get out my notepad. We can talk about it.
I do, guys. My mom never drank a beer.
Christmas Reminisce, he gets really
I think-
sad.
I think it's only happened once where like maybe I got a beer and Jared got a Manhattan, which comes in like the Cosmo glass, like I don't know what that's called,
Yeah.
Just a martini
glass. And I think one time somebody messed it up and I was like, all right, well,
I had to run into that with my kid. When we went back home, we needed a swing to put him in, and my mom was making a big deal about putting him in a pink swing. I was just like, put him in there. He's gonna go to sleep. I don't know. I don't see. I'll let my kid play with dolls and also drink from a pink cup. I don't think. I don't know. I just have
Yeah.
had some people say if you let your kid do that, he's gonna become gay, and I'm just like, okay, relax. One, it's my kid. Two, you're an idiot.
Yeah. A lot of what'll happen sometimes a lot though is like if Jared orders a salad, like a steak salad or grilled chicken salad or something, and I don't, they always put the salad in front of me. Always.
That's
And I'm
funny.
like, nope.
Those are
Nope.
interesting. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. The Christmas reminisce.
We've got no background music. I can't believe this.
I know. I will put
Oh.
some in later, man. I just
Yeah,
reminisce. We had a few episodes with some good. Oh, what was the episode that you guys liked? That I put that. I guess it was the IPAs. I put the jazz music. You guys really liked that back there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty good.
It was smooth, man. I was like making love the whole time, and you guys didn't even notice that's how smooth it was.
Weird.
Ew.
Got weird.
Icky
All right, that's it, everybody.
That's
The FCC is shutting us down, guys. We had sex on a podcast.
So as we near the end of our Christmas reminiscent episode, episode 17.
Christmas.
17 episodes since May. So what is that? In 7 months, we put out about 17 episodes. That's not bad. Next month, next year, I guess we should hit what? What's half of
24 totally.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Around 24. Exactly. There we go. Is it a leap year? I forget it's a leap year next year.
Mhm.
I think it is actually.
Yeah,
It's an election year.
16 is divisible by 4.
Randall, we don't care about that. We care about leap years.
Well, that's a leap year to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Beer's kicking in. Yeah, as we near the end of our reminiscing, I gotta work on this title. I don't know if that's a working title.
Yeah, but we've set the title so many times.
Which is
Yeah. You just have to go in and like dub over it.
I want to get us 3 solid goals that we want to do for next year. As we start off the new year for this podcast. What are just 3 goals that we would want to come out of it?
Someone give us beer to try.
I talk about more anime.
Wait, so hang on, Teresa, say that again. You want like beer, like
Yeah,
a brew
someone.
samples, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think that's a fair goal. I like that. Brewery to
Word.
provide samples. The only tricky part there is that since we're in 4 different locations, getting them everywhere.
But even if, I mean, honestly, like even if that guy like gets you some beer, like I still consider that a success.
Yeah, review the shit out of it, dude.
If other people in Texas and Florida and Hawaii could get them.
I still need to follow through with my contact in Goliad Brewing. If that guy is listening to this podcast, I do plan on following up with you. And then from the SoCo Tap House, because that guy has a couple beers that he brews himself, and those should be coming out soon. So that'd be kind of interesting. Okay, so free samples is basically one goal. That's a good one.
It's not free samples, it's recognition by it. Like
Okay.
so I got picked to be a Noon ambassador for 2016. So that was pretty cool. I'm not getting free stuff, but that's
No, I
kinda
see
cool.
what yeah. More participation. Acknowledgement as
Validation.
validation of our beer reviews. Okay. I'm writing these down. Validation of beer reviews. Rick, give me what's something that you envision for the future of the podcast that you would like for it to happen next year?
Corporate sellout.
Corporate sellout.
Full corporate sellout. More seriously though, I would
Paving
say,
the by
I don't know, just shit. I would just say continue down this railroad track we're going down. I'm really happy with this. I'd say next year opens a lot of opportunities because obviously we're going to get to a point where we hit all the styles and we hit the major breweries that at least several people of us across the United States can find. So I would say just we're going to have to adapt on the fly and kind of just do our own thing, and maybe we'll revisit Stone or Lagunitas, or maybe revisit a style and do a different route for it. But I'm looking forward to trying new things, but revisiting old. You know, we brought up a few to revisit, so.
Yeah.
Why not do it by country then?
Oh, dude, I haven't even thought about doing like a country. We did like something just from not so much Germany, like something like Austria.
Well, I
That's fine.
mean, Abigail's weren't so far off. Well, someone
Yeah.
drank ABT12, St. Bernardus. That's not from us. That's not from America.
Yeah.
Right.
At least I don't think.
It's somewhere along the
Mhm.
lines. I would like. I like the that we're going to continue with styles well, themes, I should say. Next year, I know with the addition of some of these guests, it's going to bring kind of a different perspective of beer in itself. As we get to see it from a bar owner, we get to see it from someone that drinks beer for charity and stuff like that. I think that's going to be a little bit different. So
Wait, what? I want to
the
drink here for charity. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
we're talking about the beer snobbinhood. I had mentioned it last week a little.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Is that like Robin Hood but with beer?
Yeah, and it's only like, he's a beer snob, so it's like very rare beer. You would want to say or whatever. I don't know.
Can I fight him? Because I got some rare beer.
So stuff like that he gives away for charity. So I think that's going to bring a different perspective. But one of my goals is I hope to have all of us get. I hope we get T-shirts at some point next year that
I'd
just
totally
say
wear one.
"Hear me 3." Like,
Make it
I like that
happen.
idea. I like that
You
idea.
an artist?
If somebody finds a cheap way to do T-shirts, I'd be in. I only say that because I tried to make some custom shirts once online. Holy shit, was that expensive! For 3 shirts, it was like $100.
oh wow,
Oh, no.
I did minimal research, guys. Don't.
minimal research.
He's
I
like,
went to one website. It was
the
horrible.
first thing that popped up on Google searches.
Hey, I trusted Google. I went to Google. I searched
When I was
T-shirt design or whatever, and $100.
Well, I was anticipating T-shirts for this past season, but it didn't equal out. But I think now there's more of an interest, like one, more interest in keeping the podcast going, but also two, now we all have an investment. So I think we feel like I was gonna get a shirts for the beer podcast, but then I was like, I don't know how long it's gonna last. Let's wait till the end of the year. Honestly, I was like, let's see if we make it to the end of the year.
Wait,
We obviously-
you don't believe in this?
No, I do. It's just I believed in different projects before a lot, and me believing in it solely.
Well, thanks for participating, everybody.
Yeah, 2015 was a good year, everyone.
I still
Oh,
believe.
man.
I got married, moved into a house, and more importantly, I did Beer Me 3. That was it, guys. This is a wrap. Gun to the mouth after this. Fuck, what do I have left?
You have climbed to the summit of the mountain.
Kids? I guess maybe kids.
Solid
After
plan.
beer, how do
This is your
you
effort.
follow up Beer Me 3 with children? You can't.
Boy, calm down. I believe in us. We're gonna make it. Calm down. I needed more proof, I guess. Anyways, but now I might regret myself asking this, but Randall, any goals for next year that
Oh. Do you want a serious answer? Do you want a joke answer?
Oh boy.
Gotta
How about
ask. Come on.
the joke answer first?
The joke answer. We need more anime in this podcast.
More anime. Okay. I will ask you this, Randall. I don't know. Were you on when we had both of our previous guests?
Both of your previous guests?
We had two guests this past.
Oh, it was Jamie and the chick with
The girl.
the other chick, yeah.
Vicky.
I only
Great to
saw
hear the
that
first
one
one.
guy for a little while. I didn't meet the lady.
No, I think was it just me, Teresa, and Miguel?
No,
Or was-
there was a girl. She was real quiet.
Yeah, she
Nick,
said like 2 sentences. But
going to summer beers when we're talking about summer beers. And
to be fair, at that point our rapport was smooth enough. I feel like part of it was us. We just kind of had our conversation going, and she happened to be there.
and then Jamie
You know what?
joined us for Strange Beers, and then he joined us last week for Holiday Beers.
Yeah, I feel like Jamie jumped in, though. I mean, nothing against... Would you say her name was Nikki? I think Nikki's maybe just a quieter person. Jamie was...
Just shy.
Bring her back on. We need more of that.
Yeah. Well, like I said too, I think it's just part of it is you get the rapport, and me and Miguel first were almost awkward, and then we got in our swing of things. Randall joined in, we had a shift. Teresa joined in, we had a shift. But at a certain point,
Now
the four of us
Randall
have gotten
up.
I
Yeah.
won't. But at a certain point, the four of us got the good rapport. So
Build up that rapport and that relationship to the point that all of us are kind of can joke with each other and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's interesting to see the transition of personalities, but also the social dynamics between us four, how that's changed over the past 17 episodes. It's a really
You want
cool
a
thing.
good idea? I'll give you a good idea.
Oh boy.
You want to gamble with your life?
Yeah, always.
Okay, then go to Mexico and drink some Mexican beers.
Real
Ugh.
Mexican. Okay.
Drink some beers from a foreign country.
To be fair, it's probably safer than their water. So
Well, there you go.
Mhm.
beer has a boil step. So
But not as safe as their cartels.
oh, of course not.
I wonder if there is beer brewed by the cartels. That'd be something.
Oh, don't tell them that. You better delete that out of this episode.
And now we've been flagged by ATF and DEA and whoever.
Dear
Yep.
American government, I swear to God, Miguel, he ran across the border. Me, Teresa, and Randall, we're as white as they come.
But as soon as
Miguel.
Teresa
See,
as soon as Teresa was talking,
that's gringo.
I saw this guy in the background come from that doorway right behind Teresa, and I was just like, oh crap, the cartels.
Wait. Did he leave it or did he enter it? I want to see Teresa's husband.
He left
I
the.
was like, it was just,
Did he enter? Was there a tunnel there?
You don't see that dark doorway? He came out of the darkness.
Is there a tunnel back there?
with the cartels.
Teresa's married to either the cartel or an incubus.
Are you married to El Chapo or El Guapo or whatever his name is?
Something spooky in there. Seriously, that's a dark ass doorway.
It's the office. Well, it was like a blue light back there because he was playing video games. And
How many bodies are in there?
How much meth did he make today?
Okay, Randall, your serious suggestion now.
That was my serious suggestion.
More anime?
No, my serious suggestion is going, if any of you are going to do a trip to a foreign country, you might as well basically blog or talk about it.
I don't think
Because
anybody's planning any trips out of the U.S.
I am.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think you're just
Go
setting up
there.
for yourself right now.
That's right. So I need to have my hour because I'm tired of Rick talking all the time.
Hey. It's only like 80%.
It's good. It's good.
I'm going to New Orleans in March. Does that count?
Yeah, well, Louisiana is basically a foreign country.
Yeah, dude, if you've been there, it's like Iraq meets Afghanistan.
With
I
French
have
people.
not been there since I was little bitty.
Itty bitty. I went
Well,
there for.
you better hire some mercenaries.
Yeah,
Michael,
I went
you have to go
into
parade.
I was trying to plan like running routes, but I don't know my way around the
Whoa.
city.
How about
You
you
wanna
plan Humvee routes for getting in and out?
Yeah, do you
Wait.
want to get stabbed, Teresa? Jesus.
I feel like I could like, run through nice places, but it's one of those like, do you have to run through a bad neighborhood to get to like a good, popular
You
like
run through 3 bad neighborhoods to get to a good neighborhood.
I
Wait,
don't
wait,
know.
By
Ride a
neighborhood, I mean
treadmill?
block.
Teresa, are you going to New Orleans? Is that
Yeah.
where you're going?
Yeah,
Have
for
you-
Easter.
Never been, have you?
I went one time when I was real little to visit my family out there, and then
I
I went
went-
again when I was like 15 on a school trip, so it was very like just go to this one restaurant and then walk around whatever that church is there, like in front of that church, and then get on this boat, and that's all.
Yeah, because you're talking about running outside, and New Orleans smells like trash all the time.
Trash. It smells like urine and feces, dude.
It's just like a very distinctive New Orleans smell that you don't get used to. It just smells like, I don't know, hot
Body
garbage
fluids.
all the time.
Semen. Shit. Piss.
Oh.
Barf. Everything.
Oh, boy.
It's a wonderful city. I love it.
Oh, you guys are making me like question my
All those,
life.
I'll say this. All those smells are mostly confined to Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on visiting that like in daylight. Not
Do
all
it at night. Even then, when it's not Mardi Gras, it's pretty.
Yeah, so
it
Easter
can be
happens
fun.
really early this year, so we won't be in any kind of Mardi Gras time.
Yeah.
It's classy.
It's fun. It's a cool city. It's worth seeing,
All right, guys. This is
Do the aquarium. It's nice.
This has been a great episode of Beer Me 3. It's episode 17, our last episode of the year 2015. Randall has sent me this song, Macintosh Plus, Floral Shop, YouTube. I don't know, something. It's Randall's typical music here. Any last words, Randall, for the last episode of the year of Beer Me 3?
Alcohol is bad for you, everybody. Don't drink and drive.
Oh boy.
Damn.
Responsible.
He got dark quick.
I'm kidding. Go nuts.
Go ahead. How about you, Rick? What do you got?
Hey. Drink beer every day.
Drink beer every day. And Teresa, you have to know by now that we're gonna always ask you this question at the end of the.
I know.
And she's always like, "Don't put me on the spot." She's like, "We've done this for the past 5 episodes. You have to come up with something by now."
Because in minute 10, I might have a good idea of what I might say, and then, a few beers in, it's gone.
Are we talking about, like, has she finished her pumpkin beer collection yet? Because, god damn it.
Also, not that. I'm just not good at I'm not good at goodbyes, you guys.
Aww.
Aww. You're like a Disney movie as a person.
How goes the search for the updates on your search for the pumpkin beer? I don't know where we're at on that.
I think I've gone palate blind.
It's all yammy.
Yeah.
Well,
So much yam.
I would like to say I have thoroughly enjoyed this podcast, and it's been one of the most enjoyable podcasts I've put together. And this cast has been one of my favorites so far. I look forward to achieving our goals, especially our T-shirts, our validation, and trying foreign beers in foreign countries. Those are our 3 goals, and we'll see how we measure up at the end of 2016. Wow. Weird.
Shit.
Man.
By then we'll have a new president, right? Yeah.
Dude, who cares? We're going to have Christmas by then. That's the important thing here, guys. We're going to open presents in like a week and a half.
All right, so yeah, this episode will be airing on, hang on, let me pull it up real quick, on the 31st. Oh, this will be the last day.
God. Christmas will be past.
Yeah, when this episode airs, and it'll be
But
new.
that's awesome 'cause it'd be like,
In addition to, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, also Happy New Year, and hope you enjoy, what is it?
Kwanzaa? I don't know. Hanukkah?
What about Happy
Prosperous.
Hanukkah?
Come on, Miguel. Include all the demographics here, dude.
Prosperous, what is it? Prosperous year? Prosperous
That's
goal?
offensive. I'm offended.
Festivus?
There's a saying. Goes with it. Hope you.
Shut this podcast down.
All right,
Prosperous?
guys. We'll see. Yeah, prosperous.
Prosperous. That was the word you were looking for. You're a college-educated man. You were looking for the word prosperous.
It's the
Oh,
beer
you went to
kick-
college?
Boom.
Oh, went to Cornell. Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah.
Now he just spits out babies. Elsewhere in the making.
God, we gotta end this. EmptyRant.com. All right.
Oh, yeah.